أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dearest brothers, before we begin the program, just as yesterday inshallah, if I may request as humbly as possible for you to come in front of these cameras, just directly in front of us here. All of you towards the sides, at the back, on the sides, on the chairs. Those of you who don't need a chair, please give it up for those who do. So please do come forward inshallah, and we'll begin our majlis once you have come forward and joined the congregation inshallah. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. For those brothers still left, may I please request you to come forward inshallah, just in front of this set of cameras. It's just to make it easier for those who then come in once the majlis has started, that we need not disrupt inshallah. Inshallah, we'll continue the program with the recitation of the Holy Quran. My brother Kadhim, we welcome him with the salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير. وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير. إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير. وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير. إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العلي العظيم.
Ahsantum. Poets write, and I think in many languages this has come up, that for how long has it been since the hand in the Ghadir was raised and then the head of Hussein was raised in Ashura? Days between their yearly commemoration. Yet the Ummah seem to find a way to easily forget about it. And this is why we hold these gatherings, to ensure that name of Aba Abdullah does not subside. For the Holy Prophet has said that one should train their children in three things: the love of your Prophet, the love of his progeny, and the recitation of Holy Quran. And of course, in such gatherings, we do all three. And may we continue to do all three. And as we said yesterday, in the name of Aba Abdullah, who was here to revive the message of his grandfather who delivered the message and the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, we'll have our second youth lecturer of this series. And again, it's our dear brother Ali Hassan Jigani, who will be speaking on the topic of the relationship between Sayyida Zainab al-Masa'ib salamullahi alayha and her dear brother Aba Abdullah. We welcome him with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي لا يبلغ مدحة القائلون ولا يحصي نعماءه الآدون ولا يؤدي حقه المجتهدون. الذي لا يدرك بعد الهمم ولا يناله غوص الفطم. الذي ليس لصفته حد محدود ولا نعط موجود ولا وقت معدود ولا أجل ممدود. فطر الخلائق بقدرته ونشر الرياح برحمته وود بالسخل ميادان أرضه. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين سيدنا الممجد بشيرنا المصدق نذيرنا المؤيد المصطفى الأمجد محمود الأحمد الذي سمي في السماء بأحمد وفي الأرض بأبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الذين قالوا أنهم الرسول. اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وهامتي لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي. يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم. فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم لمصابنا بأبي عبد الله الحسين عليه السلام. لا محمد وآل محمد. ما رأيت إلا جميل. ما رأيت إلا جميل. I saw nothing but beauty. The famous words of Sayyidah Zainab in the bazaar of Kufa. You see, for even after all these years, these words should echo in the hearts of every Shia. Why? Did she not want to weep at this point? Did she not want to commemorate her brother at this point? Of course she did. She showed the strength that no one else did. Why? Because she is the daughter of Fatima Batul. And only the message of her brother running through her mind. What else could she do other than give these beautiful words? See, when you analyze a relationship of a brother and his sister, it can be seen that there is a profound one in this relationship between Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Bibi Zainab. There is this undying love and attachment between the two of them. And this is evidently seen within history. The narrations begin from the day of the birth of Bibi Zainab. Because they say that when Bibi Zainab was born, when she was given to Imam Hussein, he exclaimed, "Oh father, Allah has given me a sister." He was so full of glee and he kept repeating, "Oh father, Allah has given me a sister." These words made Amir al-Mu'mineen cry and Fatima al-Zahra weep. And when Imam Hussein asked his father, he said, "Shortly you will find out why I'm weeping." And then a few days later, when Rasulullah came and he named her Zainab, because of the decree of Jibreel, he wept. And they asked him, "Why do you weep?" And he said to them, "This daughter of Ali and Fatima, O Prophet of Allah, from early on in her life, this girl will remain entangled within tribulations and trials. Within this world, first she will weep over your separation. Thereafter she will bemoan the loss of her mother, and then her father, and then her brother Hussein. But after all these tribulations, the hardest of all will come in Karbala, and thereafter Kufa, and thereafter Sham. This will be the days where her back will be bent." You see, when the members of the family of the Prophet heard this, they began to weep. They begin to weep not because they are afraid of the sacrifice, not because this is their tender daughter, because they understand what this message was. They understand what the power of these sacrifices will be. There are a few things we can learn from the relationship of Sayyidah Zainab and Imam Hussein. Number one, the respect that they had between one another, and the respect we should keep between one another as Shia brothers and sisters. The thing comes, and from a very early on in their age, you see this. There was this unbreakable bond of attachment. At times, when Bibi Zainab wouldn't stop weeping in the arms of Fatima al-Zahra, she would be given to Imam Hussein. Why? Because the minute she saw that face, there would be no tears, nothing but a smile. As a baby, she loved Hussein that much. As a baby, she had this undying attachment. From his first glance to his last glance, she had this love for him. In fact, one day it is narrated that Bibi Fatima mentioned this intensity of love to Rasulullah. And Rasulullah began to weep. Why did he begin to weep? And every time this love was mentioned, Rasulullah would begin to weep. Anybody told him, "Oh, Hussein, you see his attachment with Zainab?" Or Zainab, you see her attachment with Hussein? He would weep. And this simple hadith says why. He says to her, "Fatima, my dear child, this child of mine, Zainab, she will be confronted with 1,001 calamities in Karbala. In Karbala, these calamities will break her. But the message of Hussein will stand because of her." You see, but when that time did come, Sayyidah Zainab didn't even flinch. Imam Hussein came to ask her, "Oh, Sayyidah Zainab, this journey will be 1,000 times more difficult if you do not come with me. Oh, Sayyidah Zainab, my love for you is something that I cannot bear my separation." Sayyidah Zainab wept to Abdullah, her husband, and she said to him, "Oh Abdullah, my duty is to remain with you because you are my husband. but my love for Hussein will not allow me to do so. So please give me permission. Abdullah didn't just give her permission, but he sent his two sons, Own and Muhammad. And these two were also sacrificed in the name of Hussein. You see, the love and dedication Bibi Zainab had for Imam Hussein was that she surrendered herself to his knowledge. The minute she knew of the message and the tragedy of Karbala and what was going to occur, when Imam Hussein said to her, I am leaving Medina, she didn't question. There were many close to Imam Hussein who did question. Be it Abdullah, her, Bibi Zainab's husband, Ibn Abbas, the uncle, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya, the brother. There are many people who questioned the message of Imam Hussein when he was leaving Medina. They told him, there's no need to leave. But Sayyidah Zainab didn't. Now let's put ourselves in this position. Do we do such a thing? Would we go with our Imam fully well knowing the tribulations we would face? Not even because he is our Imam. Would we go with our sibling knowing what tribulations we would face? And yesterday I mentioned with Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas his undying love, where he didn't question Imam Hussein's decisions. Bibi Zainab was the same. And when we put ourselves in this position, we begin to realize the importance of our relationship with our Imam. Something which we personally should develop. And even upon the receival of the news that her two sons have been made shaheed, any mother would break down. Any mother would be like, what have I done? What has occurred to me? What calamities have overcome me? But no, Sayyidah Zainab, she emulated Fatima al-Zahra. She went into sujood and did shukr. She has just received the news that her two sons have died. She went and did shukr. Because why? Because she knew they have died on the right cause. She knew they have died for their Imam. And another thing that we do not notice when we talk about Sayyidah Zainab, we talk about many things. But she was a moral support for Imam Hussein at every stage. And it is why that there was a promise between the two of them. You see, because today I am proud to say we are Zainabis before we are Ja'faris. What do I mean by this? We are Zainabis because the message that Bibi Zainab and the legacy that Bibi Zainab left for us is the reason we are Shia today. Is the reason that there is a Shia Islam today. The reason that we are Muslims today. Because it wasn't just the sacrifice of Imam Hussein. That was part one. There was the tragedy in Kufa and Sham that Bibi Zainab had to face, where she gave her khutbahs, where she stood up and stood for justice. That was just as important. This bond of Imam Hussein and Sayyidah Zainab is one of two parts. Part one is the sacrifice of Hussein, and part two is the justice of Zainab, the legacy of Zainab which she left in the name of Hussein. That is why we are here. And there is one segment that I want us to truly picture. And this is her maqtal in the bazaar of Kufa. Imagine this, picture this, brothers and sisters. You are bounded in chains. You have young children who are fearful around you. And then this mal'oon sits on the pulpit and he has the audacity to say to Sayyidah Zainab, how did you find the way Allah treated? Now look at the words he uses. He says, Allah treated your brother and your family. And this is where she utters those famous words which we need to learn from. She says, I saw nothing but beauty. They rush towards their graves with honor, but know that Allah will judge between you and them. He will call you to account, so be worried about the winner on that day. O son of Marjana, may your mother be mournful over you. Imagine you are in this state, in bounded chains. You have just been lashed. You've just seen 72 members of your family and friends massacred. And you have the audacity and the strength to respond like this. And I'll end with this when I say that there was only one regret that Sayyidah Zainab had. This one regret was the amanat that she was given by Imam Hussein. The amanat was that of Sayyidah Sakina. You see, she loved and cared for Sayyidah Sakina the way that a mother cares for her daughter. And they say that Sayyidah Sakina would ask her every night, oh mother, oh auntie, How will we go home? She used to see the birds fly past in the small window of her cell. And she used to ask, Mother, when will we go home? Auntie, when will we go home? How can Sayyida Zainab respond to such a thing? How would she say to her, oh daughter, oh my nephew, oh my niece, we will return one day, but I know you will stay in this cell. This was the hardest thing. This was the only regret she had. And they say that when she returned back to Karbala, she didn't weep over Ona Muhammad. She stayed strong. The only thing she went was she rushed to the grave of Imam Hussein. And she said, oh Hussein, I am sorry, but Sakina didn't make it. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul adhim. Al-Fatiha.
أحسن صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. I don't wish to sound like a parrot, but for those of you behind these cameras, may I please ask you to come forward and join the majlis and join the congregation with us here towards the front, inshallah. I really urge you, I pray you are listening, to please come forward and to join the congregation here, inshallah. أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. It's solely so that when our brothers join, whilst the lecture is going on, we do not need to disrupt our dear speaker. It's out of respect for our speaker and for those around you, inshallah. So please, your cooperation is hugely appreciated. If you could so kindly stand and come forward, we'd greatly, greatly appreciate it, as will your Shia brethren, inshallah. Just as you can see behind me, a lot of effort has gone into creating a vibe for this majlis. You've seen the venue that the organizers have managed to capture. And of course, this does come with a price tag. And we ask each and every one of you to try your utmost, whatever you can, as humble as it may be, to please try and contribute towards the majlis. You can get in touch through social media to find out the account details, through the Al-Akbar website, or see one of the volunteers in one of the Al-Akbar shirts. So please do try your utmost and pledge that charity towards Aba Abdullah, inshallah. We won't keep our dear guest speaker waiting any longer. So inshallah, to continue his series here for Ashra Muharram, we welcome our guest speaker, Sayyid Hussein al-Mudarrisi, with the salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad.
على محبة مولانا أبي عبد الله الحسين سلام الله عليه طيبوا أفواهكم وزينوا مجلسكم بذكر محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين، والحمد لله الذي لا يحمد على مكروه سواه، والحمد لله كما هو أهله. ثم الصلاة والسلام على البشير النذير والسراج المنير سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا المحمود الأحمد المصطفى الأمجد أبي الزهراء محمد. صلى الله عليه وعلى أهل بيته شجرة النبوة ومعدن الرسالة ومختلف الملائكة، ولا سيما على بقية الله في الأرضين وحجته على الخلائق أجمعين، إمامنا وولي نعمتنا وإمام زماننا الحجة ابن الحسن فداه أرواح العالمين. صلى الله عليك يا رسول الله، صلى الله عليك وعلى أهل بيتك المظلومين الغر الميامين المنتجبين. صلى الله عليك يا مولاي وابن مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة، غريب يا مظلوم كربلاء، يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. لقد كان لكم في رسول الله أسوة حسنة. For the hastening of the reappearance of the 12th Imam, please recite aloud Salawat ala Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. It was the third day of the month, and it was the third year of the Prophet's migration, and it was time for the third Imam to be born. On the third day of Sha'ban, the year 3 after Hijrah, the Prophet ﷺ has prayed his morning prayer, probably doing the ta'qibat, twilight reflecting on the atmosphere, the luminance and the radiance of the sun. You could almost see the sun about to rise, and there is another sun that is also about to come. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sitting towards the Qibla, when all of a sudden Archangel Jibreel descends from the heavens, but this time somewhat in a unique way. So Jibreel comes very often to visit the Prophet, but this time he's got company. Traditions tell us that along with Jibreel there was another 4,000 of the elites from the creation of the dominion, the angels. Jibreel along with 4,000 other angels. They come to give Rasulullah this good news, the glad tiding. This coincides with Salama coming to the Holy Prophet. In her hand, there was this newborn, the chosen newborn, the significant newborn. She comes with Abu Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam and hands him to his grandfather. Jibreel comes down, Salama comes to the Holy Prophet. Rasulullah looks at his grandson, and Jibreel descends only to tell the Holy Prophet and to inform him of two major events. One, you have been gifted this unique newborn, and his name has come along with him, إِنَّهُ الْحُسَيْنَ عليه السلام. But also there is another rather sad news to this. So Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam opens his eyes in the eyes of the Holy Prophet. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa stares at the eyes of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, all of a sudden he envisions two separate visions. He sees two or foresees two different realities related to Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam. One, he sees this legend. He sees this legacy of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn. He sees this one of a kind inspiration for humanity to come. This ark of salvation, this lantern and the beacon of guidance for humanity. This man whoever wants to be guided in the right path and ends up in paradise needs to go through this man. Misbahu Huda, Safinatu Najat. But then, like any parent and like any father or grandfather who, when he is given a newborn or gifted a newborn, would like to see the very last day of that newborn. How will this boy or girl will end up passing this world? What will happen next? About the legacy. And all of a sudden, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa foresees a desert. A desert with tents, half burnt, children running in that barren land. Woman screaming but with no voice. أصواتها بحت وهن نوائح. Bodies decapitated on the plains of Karbala. And this newborn, Hussein alayhi salam, he is buried under rocks, stones, spears and arrows, but decapitated, beheaded. The head of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn alayhi salam on a long spear. The Prophet looks at his grandson and he burst into tears. Salama says, Ya Rasulullah, what's wrong? The Prophet points to his child and he says, it's because of him. Subhanallah, Ya Rasulullah, is there some sort of an ailment? Is he inflicted with an illness? Is there a problem with this child, Ya Rasulullah? The Prophet said, no, Ya Salama. So what's wrong with him, Ya Rasulullah? He's so glorious. He's so beautiful. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Salama, let me tell you. But he only told her a glimpse of what will happen. Salama cries, obviously. But then Rasulullah said, Salama, beware of telling and disclosing this news that I have told you to his mother Fatima. She is in post-labor. She cannot bear and handle this news that Jibreel has told me. Now traditions tell us that when Jibreel came, in this time he was very different. His situation, his appearance, he was crying, filled with sorrows and tears, along with the rest of the angels. 7 days pass. The Prophet ﷺ comes to the visit of his daughter Fatima al-Zahra. Again, he takes his grandson Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But this time